Today, I want to have a real conversation about something that is quietly holding back a lot of the Marvel Rivals player base. And no, it is not your aim. Funny enough, through my coaching, I find aim holds people back the least, even though every single person I talk to, or nearly every single person rather, tells me that their aim is bad. It's not your team comps, and it's not even the matchmaking. It's the way that you are consuming educational content. And no, I am not telling you to stop watching guides or tutorials. I'm telling you that you might be watching too many of them. And it's probably costing you rank games you don't even realize that you should be winning. On a surface level, the problem is players chain watch video after video. The best tips for Scarlet Witch, top 5 positioning mistakes, how to carry with Loki. And while these videos might be full of good info, none of it matters if you do not apply it in your games. What happens is you start to feel productive just because you're watching videos about improvement. It gives you this little dopamine hit and you feel like you're working on your craft. But then when you queue up your next match, you don't even use half of what you just learned. You don't even use a tenth of it. You fall right back into your old patterns because the information without application is useless. And a lot of people are watching videos in bed before they go to sleep, and they forget it all by the morning. And here is where things get worse. When you binge watch guides without applying them, you trick yourself into thinking that you understand the game on a deeper level than you actually do. You can recite what to do, but you can't execute any of it. There's a huge difference between knowing what you should do, like rotating early, and actually having the discipline and awareness to do it mid-fight. Watching a video isn't the same as putting yourself in that situation 10, 20, 30 times and learning how it feels to make the call in real time. Marvel Rivals is a live, fast, situational game. The best players don't win because they know more trivia, they win because they've practiced those decisions in context. They can spot something mid-game and identify what to do. And if you're not careful, your watching habits turn into a loop that only makes you worse at the game. But what ends up happening to most people outside of the pro level is their watching habits turn into a loop that prevents them from ranking up. They watch a guide. They feel this burst of motivation. They got all this information. And then they watch another guide. And they don't apply anything from either one of the first two, but then they watch a third. And now their motivation is at an all-time high. They really want to play the game. So they play, but they don't apply anything. And then they lose and they get really frustrated. And they start watching another guide to feel productive again. It's a mental trap. You're consuming content to avoid facing the hard, awkward, uncomfortable phase of actually implementing new habits in your gameplay. Learning is supposed to feel awkward at first. If it doesn't, you're probably not learning, or at least not learning effectively. And something that a lot of players don't realize is over-consuming guides without practice can hurt your confidence in matches. You flood your brain with 10 different positioning theories, ultimate economy tips, hero matchup tricks. Then when the game starts, you end up overthinking every single moment. You're standing there during a team fight thinking, wait, the guide said to hold my ult, but then this other guide said to be aggressive here. Should I rotate now? Do I need to swap? Should I be peeling for my supports? Reddit told me I'm supposed to peel for my supports. Should I contest the high ground first? By the time you pick an option, you're dead, or you just start autopiloting because you have no idea what to focus on. Top players simplify. They drill a few key ideas until those decisions are automatic. And that only happens through repetition, not by watching another video. If you watch a video on flanking routes with Namor, your next 5 games minimum should be dedicated to testing these routes. Not worrying about your kill count, not blaming matchmaking, just working on your flanks. See what works. See what doesn't. When does it feel safe? When do you get caught? When do your teammates follow up? That's how real understanding of the game forms. You move your theory to instinct. And honestly, I said it should be 5 games. I think you should be doing this for a week per concept, minimum. Because you're not going to master flank routes in 5 games. You just aren't. One of the most pivotal parts of improving is sleep. You practice something for a day, you sleep, you wake up, you're a lot better. Practice it some more, you won't notice any improvement by the end of the day, but when you sleep and wake up the next day, you'll notice you improved. And this is why I end every single VOD review or coaching video with actionable steps for the person that I'm teaching. Because there are too many content creators that information dump and then leave people to figure it out on their own. Pick one specific topic. Not get better at Marvel Rivals. That is not specific. Something focused, like how to use cover effectively. Watch one good video about it. If there's not a video about it, watch a pro player and only look at that thing. Only look at how they use cover effectively. Write down or mentally take note of 2 takeaways from it. 2 things that you want to copy from that player. Play at least 5 matches where you actively focus on nothing else but applying those 2 things. You do this for one skill and then you move on to the next and you move on to the next, and a month goes by and you became way better at 4 different things and you ranked up a bunch. And just to be clear, this isn't me bashing creators of guides. I make them myself. In fact, I'm working on something that I will title The Only Guide You Need to Climb in Marvel Rivals. But the players who climb, the ones who actually improve season after season, aren't just sitting in YouTube rabbit holes. They're putting these ideas to work. If you've been stuck or feeling like you know what to do but can't seem to pull it off in game, this is probably why. And I'm telling you right now, as an educational content creator, as a coach, stop chain watching videos. Start applying. And that includes my videos. If you watch a video from me and you think it's really good, I'm telling you, don't binge watch a bunch of other videos from me. Go out there and apply it. Your time is valuable. If this message hit home for you, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment one thing that you are going to work on for your next 5 games.